Today I wanted to answer a question that I've definitely thought about before, and I'm sure you have as well, and that is the role that social media plays in our lives. Is social media a good thing or a bad thing for us? Let's talk about it. Hello, and welcome to the Living My 2.0 YouTube channel. My name is Julia, and I am a mindset and anxiety coach. And as I've already teased, today's video is going to be all about social media and if it really is something that we should be worried about using. Social media is such a big part of all of our lives, and I think something that people really need to explore when it comes to social media is it benefiting them or negatively affecting them? This is something we should all be asking ourselves when we're using social media. And I think this question kind of leads people to wondering if social media really is a good or bad thing for us. Is there enough positives to outweigh the negatives when it comes to social media? Is it even worth using? And I wanted to share my take on it today based on my own experiences using social media. And I wanted to talk about my own experiences and my own take on the topic of using social media as a formerly anxious person, what I thought about it when I was using it as an anxious person, and how I think about it now. So my general belief about using social media is that there is a positive way to use social media and a more negative way to use social media. When we look at social media for what it was originally designed for, it was all about creating connections with new people and maintaining relationships with the people that are already in your life. It's all about communication and connectivity, and those inherently are very positive things for us. We are very social beings. We thrive on being social and having personal connections, having relationships, and that's something we need as humans. So when it comes to social media, being able to quickly connect with people, being able to share photos of your family and people who are in your life but maybe live far away, having that ability to connect with them via messaging and video calls is a really great positive benefit of social media. Using social media in that way for connectivity and for inspiration and for motivation are the really positive benefits of using social media. These things lift our mood and our spirit and make us feel happy and make us feel good. On the flip side, social media can also be a place that harbors negative emotions and bad feelings and stress. When it comes to social media, people can fall in the negative parts of it, the negative feelings that come with, comparing your life to other people or having feelings of jealousy based on what other people are showing on their social medias and wishing that you had that in your life. And of course, there's always people on social media that have negative intentions that are out there to leave rude comments for people behind the safety of their computers and anonymous screen names. And it can also be a place where you fall into information overload. Being connected to the internet and being on all these social platforms can be really overwhelming. And I know that's something I personally experienced back in the day when I had chronic anxiety. Just sometimes being on social media and seeing all these opinions and news and all these things was really overwhelming for me sometimes. So these are the negatives of social media use. So I believe just like anything, social media has good parts and bad parts to it. It has positives and negatives to it. And for me, what it really comes down to is one key thing. And that is making sure that when you are using social media, that you are using it with intention. A lot of us don't realize the impact that our social media use can have on our mood and our well-being and our mindset. A lot of people don't think about that. They just use social media in, a carefree way, and they're not thinking about the deeper effects of using it and the things that they're consuming, the people that they're talking to, the posts that they're interacting with, and all of those things and how they contribute to our mindset and our mood. So when it comes to using social media with intention, it really comes down to this one thing. Using social media in a mindful way instead of a mindless way. When used mindlessly, social media can be a place that harbors and creates all those negative emotions that I spoke of, the the comparison, we call it sometimes comparisonitis. It's like almost like this disease that you chronically compare yourself to other people and compare how good your life is compared to theirs, which directly affects your mood. You can get stuck in jealousy. You can get stuck in fear and stress over the things that you're consuming on social media. So comparison, hatred, jealousy, stress, anxiety, all of those negative feelings we don't want to feel happen when we use social media in a mindless way. But if we can change that and we can start using social media in a mindful way, that's when we can really reap all of the positive benefits of using social media. When used mindfully, social media can actually help improve your mood and your happiness and your mindset. So I wanted to share a little personal story with you. So when I first discovered mindset work back in 2021, one of the first things I did was analyze different areas of my life and see where I was maybe being a victim to negative thinking and negative thoughts based on the things that I was doing in my life personally. And one of the areas I really had to audit was my social media use. Back in 2021 especially, I found that was a really toxic year for being on social media. Everything with the COVID pandemic and all of the different rules and regulations really brought out a negative side to a lot of the people that were in my circle. Friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances. There was a lot of toxic energy on social media at that time, and people were, sharing their opinions, feeling very, very strongly about them. And sometimes it was leading to really rude and demeaning and negative comments about certain types of people or certain people who believe certain things. And I really felt that really come to a peak in 2021 when I was discovering all about mindset work. And one of the reasons I started pursuing mindset work was to improve upon the chronic anxiety that I had been experiencing. So as a sensitive person, being on social media and witnessing all of these negative comments and negative energies coming at me, I knew it was really not helping with my anxiety. So from that point onward, I decided that I was going to start using social media in a more mindful way in order to limit some of the negativity that I was experiencing in my life based on my social media use. So when I decided to do that, I started experimenting with different ways that I can use social media personally and to see if there was any ways that I could actually make social media a more positive experience for me and limit some of that negativity that I was witnessing. And what I came to find was that I actually sort of unconsciously and not on purpose developed this way of using social media that actually ended up being really effective for me. And I was, using myself as an experiment, and I was trying to use social media in a different way than I ever had before. And I tried this for a few weeks and I started noticing that I was feeling better. My mood was improving. My happiness was improving. I was feeling less stressed about social media in general. And I realized that when I felt all of these positive effects from what I was doing, that there was something to this. There was something that I had tapped into, and it was something that was really great. So fast forward to a year after that, when I had overcome anxiety and I had decided to start being a mindset and anxiety coach and start helping other people, I really thought back to that time when I had first started my mindset journey, and I thought, what were some of the things that I did to help sort of propel myself into creating a more positive mindset? And I remember this way that I mindfully use social media and how positive and effective it was for me. And I decided to create that and turn it into a mindset method that I can share with other people so that they can improve their relationship with their social media use as well. And I developed this method and I started teaching it inside of my course, Shift Your Mindset 101. And I started to see all of my students having the same great results that I did using social media in a more mindful way. And due to the success of this method, I decided to offer this mindful social media method as an individual offering in my business outside of Shift Your Mindset 101. This is a concept that I teach inside Shift Your Mindset 101, but I wanted to make it available for people who aren't yet in the course and just want to kind of start dipping their toes into doing mindset work and learn about one really effective method that can start getting instant results for them and start seeing their mindset and their mood improve. And for me, this social media method was the perfect offering to offer all of you. So it is called the Living My 2.0 Instagram method, and it's the method I developed that I used when I was first on my mindset journey to start improving my mindset, and now I'm sharing it with all of you as a mini offer, super affordable, super easy, and it's available to you now if you want to improve your mindset and start improving your relationship with social media in general. This is a really great place to start, because just by doing this one method and implementing this one method in your life, you're going to start to see how what you consume and what you think about and the actions that you take really make a difference in your overall mood and well-being and your mindset. You know, being the anxious person that I used to be, I had a lower threshold for stress and anxiety, and what I realized when I was analyzing my social media use was that a lot of unnecessary stress and anxiety was coming from the way I use social media. And we all know when we experience anxiety, for those of you who struggled with it like I do, that you kind of feel out of control in lots of areas of your life. It feels like there's a lot of things about your anxiety you can't control, but something that you can control is your own social media use, your own action, and your own energy that you're putting into things that you're doing. So that's why I feel like this method that I developed was so effective, and that's why I, really believe in sharing it with all of you and people who struggle with anxiety, because people who have used this method have reported that they have better sleep, that their mood is improved, they're feeling happier, they're feeling more positive, they're having reduced anxiety and reduced stress. These are just some of the positive benefits that have come from my students who have taken this method and put it into use. And I just want to share that with all of you, because I think it's so important when you're struggling with anxiety and your mindset, you have all these negative thoughts, you're an overthinker, and you just want to start taking a small step towards living a better life and you don't know where to start. This method is really perfect because it's really simple, it's really easy. All you need is your phone and an Instagram account, and you're on your way to creating a more positive mindset, and you will start seeing positive shifts within a week of using this method. So that's why I believe in it. It's just such an easy, low-cost way to really start practicing active mindset work and seeing if you feel good, if it works good for you, and it will let you know if this is something you should keep pursuing and keep going for. And my assumption is that once you use this method, you are going to want to keep going and diving deeper into your mindset journey, because being able to take a concept and see it through and start seeing success and positive change from it, it just makes all the difference in your life. So it's a really fun way to dip your toes into mindset work. So if you're interested, I hope that you will check it out. I will leave the information in the description below, and I'm so excited for you to try it out. That almost wraps up today's video, but before you go, make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so that you never miss a new upload. And be sure to go over to Instagram and follow me on there as well, because I show up there every weekday sharing more mindset and anxiety tips and resources for you. I'm wishing you all an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye!